yo. Good evening, everybody. Welcome once again to National Showcase on this beautiful Tuesday night in the Federation of St. Kitts, Nevis, the heaven in the Caribbean. Go say good night to the entire world. It's National Showcase with your host, Mickey Stokes, in the hot seat until midnight tonight. And don't forget, I got my friend, my buddy in the house with me tonight, so we're going to keep each other's company. To tell Paul, to tell Saul, to tell them all that National Showcase is on once again. But before this, you were listening to Leadership Matters by the Prime Minister, Dr. Timothy Harris, along with Levi Bracher, Accountant General, along with Miss Grant, having a beautiful show as usual, giving the people what they need. One thing with our Prime Minister, boy, he's always there every time. I gotta say, kudos to him, huh? Kudos to you, P. Taking the weight every time, huh? That's good, that's awesome. Once again, it's National Showcase on this beautiful Tuesday night in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. The birthplace of Bobby D, the first black man to be placed in the Basketball Halls of Fame in America, was born right here in Newton Ground. I guess those commentators and those things in America we should ask them the question, who's the first black man to be placed in the Basketball of Fame, and they wouldn't know, huh? They don't know it's a kittition, huh? That's right. Once again, I'm here with Monarch. And he's gonna tell you all about his journey tonight, okay? So stick and stay about 15 minutes before 11 o'clock, so we're gonna get our ball rolling. We have the King Monarch in the building with yours truly, Mickey Stokes.
Did you hear them calling, children of Limega? It is time for the gathering and praising our Savior. To love that we share, we'll give to all strangers. Are we gonna jam and break away, shake and make you play drinking, carry beer, we deep around singing this Limega song. It's not all the time you can really stop and take a rest. Take a holiday. Do yourself some real kindness. Twice the amount you'll get. In exchange, man, that sounds kinda nice. I mean the money, honey. In my Limega, if you come here once, you'll come back twice. Ain't that kinda nice? Did you hear them calling, children of Limega? It is time for the gathering and praising our Savior. The love that we share, we'll give to all strangers. Are we gonna jam and break away, shake and make you play, show them how friendly a KTV in the field of the Caribbean Sea. Hey. Come down now, everybody come down. Come on, come down. From Antigua, from Trinidad, from St. Croix, from Tatola, from Anguilla,
But that's the sound of yours truly. The time when I used to sing. I don't sing anymore, but I used to sing long time ago. So that's one of my songs them that I put together a few years ago. La Amiga is calling. And we had a wonderful, wonderful day today, believe it or not. And God has blessed us tremendously with beautiful weather. And, you know, nice people, nice smiles in there. So this is how we're going to start the ball rolling, okay? Island of St. Kitts and Nevis. We don't have no bar. we don't have no bottom line, you know. Lucky we have customs.
Filled with beauty. Gonna give thanks and praise to the Almighty. The world's so wild and crazy. La Amiga is a peaceful place, and we're living by God's grace. And if you don't believe me, you just take a little trip and see. Oh yes, La Amiga, land of water and sunshine, warming up this heart of mine, standing still in time. And we ain't got no borderline. We ain't got no borderline. La Amiga, land of water and sunshine, warming up this heart of mine. Storms may blow sometime, and we ain't got no borderline. We ain't got no borderline. Still we gotta till the soul. Oh yes. 'Cause food is the staff of life, oh Lord. There's enough for each and every one. So take a little and let us sleep so long. Get yourself together in sweet La Amiga. La Amiga, land of water and sunshine, warming up this heart of mine, standing still in time. And we ain't got no borderline. We ain't got no borderline. La Amiga, land of water and sunshine, warming up this heart of mine. Storms may blow sometime, still we ain't got no borderline. We ain't got no borderline.
You know, I met a youth the other day and I asked him if he knows what St. Kitts' original name were. And you know, he didn't know. Oh my goodness. So I think youths, kids, La Amiga was the first name before it came St. Kitts and Nevis and maybe. And all the islands had a, you know, a kind of, what do you call it? Carib and Arawaks call it a different name to us. We say St. Christopher, St. Kitts and so, but originally it was La Amiga, okay?
Warming up this heart of mine, standing still in time. And we ain't got no borderline. We ain't got, oh no, La Amiga, land of water and sunshine, warming up this heart of mine. Storms may blow sometime, and we ain't got no borderline. We ain't got no borderline. Get it together, sweet La Amiga. Get it together, sweet La Amiga. You got to get it together, sweet La Amiga. Marley and Ross.
Hey, gonna say goodnight to Sister Vera. Vera, how are you? Pretty self, you know what I mean? All Tabernacle Posse, good night to you. Vera, my good friend for years without tears, and nobody can change that. Vera, what you say, girl? Hang on in there, everything gonna be A-okay. As we continue with the music, we're gonna say goodnight to Snake in the Grass there in Lodge Village. Snake, good night. You know what a name. Oh boy, I never heard somebody come kind of name yet. Snake in the Grass. And he proud of it too.
Lord can come back to make you jump back and get you on the road again. Hey! You remember this one? For so long I left Sugar City. Nobody knew much about me. I've been all over and my family know. 3 times a crown king in the next man country. Before my people ever heard about me. So Lord can come back to make you jam back. On the street, my music have the heat. And when you feel it, you can't deny it. You'll be jumping until you bear morning. Why?
Yes, I made to understand that Lord Kent came a few kings in St. Lucia. Yeah, and I think he married to a St. Lucian lady too, so... oh, you're Trinidadian, huh? Oh, well, that's close enough. That's close enough. That's close enough. So I'll say good night to Mr. Gonzalez. Ken Gonzalez, is it Gonzalez? Good night to you. Hope everything is nice there in the city.
It's a glorious fantasy. And now the standard is so much higher. T-shirt, mask, money hot like fire. So Lord can come back to make you jam back. On the street, my music have the heat. And when you feel it, you can't deny it. You'll be jumping until you bear morning. Why?
I'm made to understand that we had 2 good calypsonians out of St. Kitts that took part in St. Lucia. Lord Kent and they call him the hammer or the hammer something in St. Lucia. But we know him as the mullet here in St. Kitts. And so if they claim him, then they change his name.
I bring back this one.
Oh boy, that's the hammer mullet and Lord Kent. 2 Kittitians that, dominated St. Lucia for a while back. That's so true. That is really true, you know.
Come back to make you jam back. On the street, my music have the heat. And when you feel it, you can't deny it. You'll be jumping until you bear morning. Why? Hey, Soufriya. This is a fresh version. Almana. I come back, 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 I come back. Lord can come back. I say I come back. Lord can come back, I come back, I come back. Lord can come back. I say I come back. Lord can come back, I come back, I come back for the carnival, I come back for the bacchanal, I come back for the juvecha, I come back to mash up the land, I come back. Lord can come back, I say I come back. Lord can come back, I come back, I come back. Lord can come back, I say I come back. Lord can come back, I come back, I come back.
The one thing with the Kittitian, when the Kittitian see you're back from overseas.
With the monarchy, I come back.
First thing they're gonna ask you, when you going back? When you going back?
Lord can come back. I say I come back. Lord can come back. I come back. I come back for the carnival. I come back for the bacchanal. I come back for the juvecha. I come back to mash up the land. I come back. Lord can come back. I say I come back. Lord can come back. I come back. I come back. Lord can come back. I say I come back. Lord can come back. I come back. I come back to mash up the town. I come back. Take the road back strong. I come back. Man, they can't stop me. I come back with the monarchy. I come back. Lord can come back. I say I come back. Lord can come back. I come back. I come back.
Hey, that's the sound of St. Kitts. The sound of St. Kitts. Believe it or not, tonight we're gonna have a special guest in our house. Hey, a special guest. Believe it, believe it, believe it. You better believe it.
Making love, making love, making love, making love.
I just told Monarch just told me something. I'm kind of shocked. He says this is New Vibes before Mention. New Vibes band backing up the song before Mention. you can hear the local in it, isn't it? Believe it, believe it.
From since you give to me that baby, it's like you're never ever alone. You truly set up yourself to hurt me. Don't pay no child
it sounds like Monarch, isn't it? Yeah, it sounds like Monarch, for real, for real. Oh my goodness, making love, making love. You know that was one of the first songs that came out with new vibes. Monarch gave me a little hint about it, and he arranged it and all the bass lines and all the horn section, all the horn lines. He put his 10 cents piece, so came out very. And I hear some lyrics I didn't even know exist in that song. I cut out your tongue and everything. That's awesome, awesome. Hey folks, it's 15 minutes before 11 o'clock, and I got Monarch in the house with me. We're gonna say good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, Mr. Mr. Monarch. Good night to you.
Hey, good night, Mickey Stokes. I've been on National Showcase for quite a while. I've watched you, perform all your magic up here.
You serious? Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
But I'm back in a familiar seat, so you know what? Hey, I'm good. I'm good.
Beautiful. So,
I'm doing good.
Monarch, tell us about yourself. Tell us a little about Monarch.
Hey, I don't know where to begin, but there's a lot to begin. Let's do where it originally started. Prior to, of course, singing calypso in the junior calypso competition, everybody, I don't know about you, Mick, but everybody sang in the church. And so, back in the day, we used to go to 3-4 different churches and Sunday school. So I was an Anglican, first of all. I went to the Gospel Hall in Boyd's. And there were many occasions when we, went out of town as well, out of the city, I should say, out of Boyd's, out of the village, to, different churches such as Antioch Baptist and some of the other churches as well. So I was one of them who was a singer. And so they always wanted me to sing in church. I remember singing against the famous gospel singer Imelda Bradshaw out of St. Paul's.
Oh boy,
she was very, very good.
She was a demon.
Yes. Well, I don't know if the church people are like demons, but she was exceptional.
Demon, yeah.
Actually, and I'm gonna get back to the story. Actually, there's a gospel concert that I'm supposed to be performing on. And the only reason why she's not on it is because she got caught in Africa. She lives in New York, but she got caught in Africa because of COVID. So she hasn't come back to the U.S. as yet. But the show, I think the date for the show has changed, so maybe we'll get her back. But so that precluded my jaunt into the junior calypso competition. And the way how that started is junior high school. And back then we had Park Range and Burden Street. For folks who don't know where those are, for the younger folks, Burden Street is where the CFB is now. Park Range is the eastern campus of what was the Bastia High School. And so the summer of 1973, there was a junior calypso competition that was held for the Bastia Junior High School. Sweeney was very instrumental in ensuring that show took place, and they proposed it to the Carnival Committee, and after some hesitation, the Carnival Committee took it up. And so the Junior Calypso competition was born in 1973, and I was a part of it. Well, I was a little country boy, 12 years old, meaning nothing about tongue. And, you never know what people in tongue gonna do. So I didn't make it to the finals for that show. But I know that I was good. And so I'm like, you know what? This ain't gonna happen again. Ain't gonna happen. So I came back in 1974, and I came first run-up. Star Shield won the show that year. The first year, throwback. Gary Knight.
Gary Knight, yeah.
Won that. He was the first Junior Calypso King ever. National Junior Calypso King. Star Shield second. And I'm like, you know what? I know that I'm better than first runner-up.
I feel you.
So 1975, I came back and that was my first win. I beat Jackie and Harlow. People may know her as Maisie, Maisie Moses.
Hello.
She was one of the Moses daughters, the second youngest one. Actually, she lives in Houston right now. We live in the same city.
Okay.
And 76, well, I feel as if I'm the champion now, so, you know, I'm the king. And I decided, I can bang these guys going a little bit easy. But that wasn't to be.
Okay.
Lord Cut had a song that was real popular. He bring a big fat man on the stage and broke down the stage and beat me into first runner-up.
Okay.
So I wasn't successful in defending the crown. But the next 2 years, I'm like, you know what? I'm better than all these guys, man. I'm better than all these guys. That time, Star Shield, I don't think Trouback came back. Star Shield had migrated to Senior Calypso. Cut migrated to Senior Calypso as well. So I banged them 77, banged them 78. 79 when my recording career started in Trinidad. So I was a teenager still when I recorded first with Art Dakota. And that year I decided, you know what, man, I don't bang these guys in the Junior Calypso competition. I ain't going back in. So I went into the Senior Calypso finals. That's the same year that Elimat, the big band that you were part of, broke up. And I sang in Elimat's tent. And it was strange enough that he called me last week, Elimat, to make sure that his tent was always Calypso and Rage, because I guess there was a discussion as to whether or not he was Proud Sounds before you guys became Proud Sounds. But I think you guys were always Proud Sound, and he was always Calypso and Rage, even with the original band.
Yes, he was.
Correct. Yeah, me and him had a conversation about that last week. Ellie, hope you're listening, and I hope you're good.
Yes, man.
And so that didn't go too well. Because remember the all the controversy, and he pulled out of the competition, so the band wasn't there. I had to go to K-On and sing with Mellotones. Mellotones didn't have no equipment, so it was just a horrible night, the semifinals. And I'm like, you know what? I don't like this Senior Calypso thing. That turned me off from the very beginning. But even though we were young kids, we sat down. We had a Calypso house. Our Calypso house was actually in Ponce Pasture at the time. Our Calypso house was right next to you in Market Street before.
Okay.
You know where the skinny trees in the yard?
Yes, in the front yard. Yeah.
Yes, we used that was our first Calypso house.
Interesting.
Me, Cut, Reggie, Kibo, Tina, bunch of us, we had our hot shot thing going on.
That's right.
And so we decide, well, how are we going to pull back anything from this show? Or from this year? This is your first record. You can't go down in flames like that. And so we said, well, you're the reigning Junior Calypso King. You didn't have to enter any of the elimination or semifinals. Them days we used to have elimination and semifinals because we had enough people singing. And so we went, because Mellotones knew my songs from the semifinals, we hired Mellotones. I don't know where we got money from. I had no clue where we got money from.
Oh boy.
We hired Mellotones to play for me in the Junior Calypso competition. So here am I, now the king, singing with a whole different band to everybody else. I banged them a third time, 3 in a row.
Ayo.
4 overall. And then I went into the Junior Calypso a couple times, and I'm like, you know what? The Senior Calypso competition. I got turned off, to be honest, in 1979.
Okay.
So I never really put any interest. I was just singing because people expected me to sing in the Senior Calypso competition. The most serious I ever got is in 1985. I didn't even make the semifinals. They threw me out.
Okay.
But you know how we do it them days? I used to be the MC on the Caribbean Talented Teen Show, and I write a song, I cuss judges, I cuss everybody. And the crowd ball murdered the night up there at the 1985 Caribbean Talented Teen. I was the MC for the show, so I mashed them up.
Drop it on them.
Oh, yes. Real hard. But then in 86, I came back and I decided, you know what? No, I'm better than all these guys.
I feel you.
That's the screwdriver year. And we know what happened with the screwdriver. My screwdriver was too big for them.
Don't pay no child support and things brown. I don't know how you get so. You used to treat me so sweet. At night, darling, where do you go? What's the name of the girl that you need? If you don't tell me now, I will have to start around. All the lying now must stop.
You're listening to a chitty chatty here with me and Monarch. You see, Monarch's supposed to be leaving here soon, so I have to grab him before he go, because this guy don't stay one place tall. I mean, and I'm happy to have him here with us tonight, and about 11 o'clock also. If you have your phone, and you could log on to ZIZonline.com, you can see Monarch performing two of his magical tricks. Two of his magical tricks right here on National Showcase in this beautiful island of St. Kitts Nevis. Hey, gonna say good night to my good friend there in Queen City, Nevis. Miko, how are you doing? How are you doing? You know, me and Monarch was talking about you tonight, and hope you're getting some help, all right? Hope you're getting some help with that. I understand you have a problem with your vision, and hope everything is working out okay for you and your family. We're wishing you all the best. That's Miko, that's my namesake, Miko. And he always be gimme, and he never give me nothing yet to know. So Miko, you gotta give me something. No, me want a lily. I don't want a lily. The lily, not my alley. So hey, we gonna do something from King Monarch. This is the song he's speaking about.
Like she want to fill me head with wood. Every night she coming around by my area. 10 o'clock she always there on this road. Right now we reach the point where we start the tools. It's her favorite lecture in the whole course. She likes to illustrate different types to use. Fucking since she high up on one the boss. Every night you think he's joke, a screwdriver. Give everything from his schoolwork, a screwdriver. She must be think that I'm a fool, a screwdriver. Maybe I should use the tool, a screwdriver. What she wants is that a sketch. She want a screw the learned wretch. She telling me she's soaking wet, and she ain't get a screw in yet. So when she yell up school boy, I think she what she greatest joy. It's round and round and screwing on, and yet she have the heart to ball. Screwdriver, screwdriver, screwdriver. Outlining the subject to me big brother. He decided to take a chance and then roll. Since he had a real liking for the school teacher, but she went and scratched the name of the road. I truly wish she had done the same to me. This learning thing was getting me sore. But teacher make up she might not likely. She demand me not to study some more. Now every night you think he's joke, a screwdriver. Keep everything from his yellow schoolboy. I think she what she greatest joy. It's round and round a screwing all. And yet she have the heart to ball. Screwdriver, screwdriver, screwdriver. After months of studying, me head still hard. Teacher should have kicked me out the school door. But she seems determined to make good from bad. Expounding theories there on the floor. She likes to position herself over me. She guides my every action so sure. That's why it never failed in amazing me. My exam results always so poor. Well, every night you think he's dope, a screwdriver. The very thing from his school work, a screwdriver. She must be think that I'm a fool, a screwdriver. Maybe I should use the tool, a screwdriver. Now what she wants is that a sketch. She wants a screw the learned wrench. She telling me she's soaking wet. And she ain't get a screw in yet. So when she yellow schoolboy, I think she what she greatest joy. It's round and round a screwing all. And yet she have the heart to ball. Screwdriver, screwdriver, screwdriver.
Oh boy, well, that's a screwdriver Monarch is talking about. He's supposed to know what going on because I lost. I really lost in the screwdriver business. So, King Monarch, I know as a youth, you were always like entrepreneur. You had businesses and like growing up as a young guy, you was one of the first young Kitchen who had a business place like selling records and clothes and things.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
Kutak Menswear.
Kutak
And
Menswear.
Kutak Menswear basically was a combination of names between Cut
Okay.
and Monarch.
Oh, interested. I didn't know that.
Yes. Upstairs, the Polo store right now. Mm-hmm. That's where we used to operate from. So that was Calypso Central in a way as well.
I hear
There's a
you.
boutique, first all-male boutique in St. Kitts, and that's because, anywhere in town you go, you could find women clothes, so the women used to be dressed up or whatever it is, and I decided, well, men want to dress up too.
But you used to be packed up there, used to be packed of
Yeah,
people.
we because it was kind of Calypso Central.
Uh-huh.
So that's where if you wanted to find me, you wanted to get music, because in addition to that, I had a big set. Back in them days, it was a big set. And I had all the music up there. We sell records for the different artists and stuff in St. Kitts, and some of them in Antigua as well too. So guys like Progress and Lion and a couple other guys in Antigua as well too, who we dealt with, and we had shows with them. So that was part of the revolution as well, and part of what actually gave me the option to go to places like New York during the summer, spending 3-4 months in New York. I was on tour doing shows and stuff like that. The opportunity that some people probably don't have right now, and that was my big break. Because as you listen to Screwdriver, recorded in New York with some of the top musicians, Al Baptist, the late Al Baptist, from
Antigua, was it?
He's from Antigua, but he played for
Express Band.
Express Band,
Yes,
correct.
Sam
and the Express.
Sam was a Nivision, was it?
Correct.
Sam was a Nivision who had a band called Sam and the Caribbean
That
Express.
played for Sparrow. Correct.
I understand. I feel
Correct.
you. I feel you.
And then when Sam left them, they became just Express.
Express Band, yeah.
And they were doing their records and stuff. So they did that for me, along with Merengue Soca, the original Merengue Soca. I redid Merengue Soca in Argentina. That gave me the opportunity to go to New York. Yeah, it looks like you have the Argentina version there. I think it's track number 2. But that's the Spanish version of merengue soca, which we actually, I mean, hey, don't get me wrong, I like Al Baptiste and them version, but for me, the Argentina version was like a pet project because I was down there working and I ran into someone who, knew the music business, and I decided, you know what? Yeah, let's do it.
Especially for in this room, I know it past you dig horrors, but this time it's for real dancers. Dig the soca man, merengue soca jam. Dig the soca man, merengue soca jam. Said this tune is for real dancers. Now them girls who didn't agree to dance with you and there we see. Dicky soca man, merengue soca jam. Dicky soca man, merengue soca jam. Some tremors from the street, some people tramping on the heat. It seems like something they go for. Gotta watch your popsy mind, it's so. Dicty soca man, merengue soca jam. Dicty soca man, soca jam. Boy, holy woman, rock she waits, girl, walk up on your man. Concept real fire in this place, merengue soca jam. Boy, holy woman, rock she waits, girl, walk up on your man. Concept real fire in this place, merengue soca jam. Don't care what nobody says, just listen to the band. Just move your waist and break away and even lift your hand. Eat every day you get to play mass in carnival. And if I want to dance to do is me and you must jam. So come girl, let we go and see and try to find a man. It's night or noon or morning light, merengue soca jam. Merengue soca jam.
of St. Kitts, you know. That's the sound of St. Kitts. Hey, Monarch, I must say that I'm very proud. I'm really, really, really proud of you because as a Kiddishan, what all the places that you perform and with who?
Well, no, I got a chance to perform with all the top calypsonians. Back in I think this had to be the 80s. Cool Calypso tent in St. Thomas, where the Cool Calypso tent was a week of Calypso tent, and everybody was there. Sparrow, Kitchener, Arrow, Obstinate, Juke, Melody, the guys from the Virgin Islands. I mean, everybody you can think about in the Calypso fraternity that, I mean, you know, in the upper echelon. I was a little kid. I was 20-something years old, probably the youngest amongst them. But the Cool Calypso tent lasted for a week in St. Thomas. And then at the end of the week, they had what they call the Calypso King of the World competition, which everybody was entering. I mean, yeah, it wasn't no Calypso King of the World. It was the best from Trinidad.
Well, I had a little experience with that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I had a little experience with that because when they was having the Calypso King of the World competition, we were staying in a place they call Ramses. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, Kitchener was next door to me. Kitchener was staying in the bedroom next to me. So I saw my bed was by the window, and they opened the door and they went in by Kitchener's room. Mm-hmm. So they asked Kitchener if he ready to practice. Kitchener asked him if they bring the contract. So I cocked my ear to listen. What guy now?
Listening to that, yeah.
Yeah, Kitchener.
I mean, it was a good experience for me. Actually, Rudy Morton, who was in the Virgin Islands at the time and had some affiliation with the Carnival Committee, was instrumental in getting me. And I did it for 2 years in a row. I mean, it was just a good experience, you know, just a good experience. I established, I mean, you know, a relationship with I had already established a relationship with Art Decoto. And so, you know, we were kind of like best friends. I'd go to Trinidad, and every time I go to Trinidad, I had to take him, you know, Johnny Walker Black, because it was expensive in Trinidad those days. And so, yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, so that's St. Thomas. I've done Trinidad. I've done Aruba. Aruba was really, really good. I loved Aruba. Grenada. I was in Grenada back in the 80s as well. And that was when Maurice Bishop was the
Prime Minister of Grenada.
The Prime Minister. Mm-hmm. Yeah, God bless his soul. Actually, you know what? Yesterday was the anniversary of his death. The 19th of October.
I feel you.
He was 1983. He was here for our independence, the 19th of September, 83. A month later, he was killed in Grenada. Yeah, I always remember that. So I had a great time there. I performed in a place that nobody would ever even consider. Right now, North Korea.
You perform in North Korea.
That's the bad Korea. Not the good one.
Folks, I hear that.
Yes,
perform
yes.
in North Korea.
I went in 1989. I went for the World Festival of Youth and Students, representing the St. Kitts Nevis Youth Council, St. Kitts National Youth Council. I'm not sure if it had Nevis in it at the time, but we had a group of us from the Caribbean, including the present head of the Trinidad Calypso Association.
That's not Gypsy, no?
No. He goes by a different name right now.
Okay.
We knew him back then as Brother Resistance. He is currently the president of the Trinidad Calypso Association. Also, there's a Douglas, can't think of his first name right now, who is actually a minister of government in Dominica in the Labour Party. He was also a young guy on the trip with us at that time. And there's culture man from St. Vincent, who me and him became very close because prior to us going to North Korea, I had brought him here to build costumes for us. So he built costumes for, oh Lord, what's the guy who had, there's a guy who had a place up, but I don't need to say, he came to St. Kitts to build a costume for us. I'm not going to try to remember the name now. He built costumes for us. And so me and him performed together in North Korea.
Rosie Douglas.
Rosie
Douglas.
Well, it's Rosie Douglas's son, actually.
Okay, yes.
Rosie Douglas's son. Rosie Douglas passed away. So his son, somebody was trying to remember. I can't think of his first name, but he was former minister of tourism. Not sure which ministry he has now, but I know he's a member of the government still. He's won like 4 or 5 elections back to back. He was on the trip with us. It was a very good trip. Scary in a way because you're going into a country, I mean, that you hear so much things about, but yeah, it was what it was. I performed in Guyana. I think I said Trinidad before. I performed in the Philippines as well. I was working in the Philippines and got an opportunity to perform there. As well in the U.S., New York, Boston, Atlanta, Houston, Miami. Never performed in Canada. I performed in England. And then all the islands around here, Antigua, St. Martin, Anguilla.
Oh my God! Right, this guy
Montserrat.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah. The Windward Islands, I never really did much of the Windward Islands as well. I went to Dominica for Carnival one year. I was actually the manager for Star Shield, and all I got to do was sing backup. So I don't know if that count.
That count.
Yeah, it was a year 1988. I really felt that he had won the OACS Calypso competition. I really felt that he did, but the Dominicans were more than us. So yeah, those were the places that I performed in.
We have a friend who want to ask a question. Is it mind if I put him on?
Yes.
Okay, hold on one moment. Hi, good evening. Good evening, caller.
Yeah, good evening, Monarch and Mick.
Good evening.
Monarch,
Yes.
I want to know if you remember 1986, you performed with Coronet in Savoy Manor in New York when Elimat didn't get to make it on that Labor Day weekend.
Yes. You're right.
Yes, Shanna.
You're right.
Remember Coronet and Monarch carried the weight in Savoy Manor, 1986 Labor Day weekend.
Yes. That's right. I remember. That's a long time ago, man. I'm telling you. Y'all jolting my memory tonight.
1986 Savoy Manor, Coronet, Monarch, and Elimat. Elimat didn't show up.
I know. I remember that. Bronx, New York.
Yeah, I didn't know.
All right, Shana.
Okay, Shanna,
Thank
take
you
it
very
easy.
much.
Good.
So yes, by the way, when Kitchener asked them for the contract, the contract was for him to win before the show. So because Kitchener's eyeing on the little boys, come on, bang Kitchener. So you gotta give me the contract.
I know, but I think after a while, those guys stopped entering the
Yes,
show.
they did.
I think Chalk Dust was the only one who used to enter, and he won. He won quite a few years, but probably most of the years that I was there.
But you had a management team.
I had a management team in New York. A lot of the stuff that I did prior to going to New York in 1983 was done on my own.
Okay.
But in 1983, when I went to New York, I went to the small Calypso tent. It was a small Calypso tent. But I was fortunate to be able to spend the whole summer in New York, leading up to Labor Day. So, people started to notice what was going on. And during that summer, I actually met a Grenadian who was managing a couple artists at the time. And I took the opportunity and said, you know what, let's do it. There's nothing that I could lose. If I ain't make no money, you ain't gonna make no money either. So let's do it. And I did, and it worked out because what he did, he had contact with a small label. What the small label did, I think it was Power Records or something like that, in New York. It was a small. The guy had a small record shop. He had a label, and he said, "Yeah, we'll do some work." So they went and they remixed a lot of the songs that I had done before. All those original records I did. I had 2 with Art Decoto, 1 with George's, 1 with Ellie Matt in Puerto Rico, Iron Lady. And so he remixed some of those and we released them. Then what they did as well, which was very important, is they got me connects in Trinidad. So they basically hooked me up to go to Trinidad. And I went to Trinidad 1980. This was 84.
Okay.
This was 84. So that was the first carnival I ever missed in St. Kitts, 1984. I felt like, what they say, a fish out of water.
I feel you.
Yeah, because it's like, all I know is St. Kitts Carnival, and all of a sudden but you know, back in the day, we used to have AM radio.
Yes.
And you could pick up 610 in Trinidad,
Yes.
in St. Kitts, and you could pick up ZIZ in Trinidad on AM 555 or whatever it was at the time. Trinidad was 610, and so I got a chance to listen to some of the stuff that was going on in St. Kitts for the carnival. But I went down. I was actually singing in Sparrow's tent leading up to the carnival. And
Young Brigade, is it?
yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, and that was also the year that I went to Aruba. That was also the year I went. So I left Trinidad, went to Aruba because George's had a band based, I think, in Statia that went to Aruba. And so I went to Aruba, got a piece of their carnival, performed down there, had records, sold off all the records. So I'm flying high because I got money. You know what I mean? And it was pretty awesome. Then I actually on my way back to Trinidad from Aruba, I'm passing through Curacao, and Ellie Matt, who had gigs in Trinidad that same year, decided he was going to forfeit his gigs in Trinidad and came to Aruba. Aruba was big money them times. Went to San Nicolas Carnival. That's the first place I see them Judge Road match with a man singing on the stage. It was no band jamming on the road. But they did have their bands jamming and stuff like that. And so I missed Ellie Matt because they were heading into Aruba while I was leaving. I was heading back to Trinidad because I had gigs in Trinidad that I needed to do leading up to the carnival weekend. And I wanted to be there as well, too. 2 of the people who was there with me that year, and we really enjoyed the carnival together because we were hanging out together, was Adrian Lamb and David Lake from Flow. Yeah, we were the 3 hangout buddies down there. I don't even know how we did it. Because nobody had no cell phone them times. So I'm like trying to figure out how did we connect. But we did.
I feel you.
We did. And I had to go to Dimash to see the Calypso finals.
I see.
And I did something that I would never ever do again in my life to get in.
You jump the fence?
Let the audience think about that.
Hey, folks, it's 25 minutes after 11 o'clock, and this is the time when we're going to present to you Monarch. Okay, folks? So those of you who have the phone and log on to zizonline.com and you can see Monarch performing live right here in the studio. So we're going to do this. You want me to introduce anything?
Well, I have no idea what the camera is doing right now, but
his camera is looking at you, so I'm going to present you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, out of the heaven in the Caribbean, St. Kitts, presenting the king, the king Monarch.
All right, so guys, y'all gonna have to shift the camera because I'm up high right now. Hey, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear? Yes, you can hear me now.
She jamming on the street. The iron lady, she playing real sweet. I stand up to this, I couldn't believe it was true. You should see she motion, and she beat the iron. It's like a gone crazy, I easy no closer to she. The iron lady, shot at the baby. Never before in history, I hear iron so sweet. Then I put me a drum closer to the iron. In the carnival heat, she just wants to be. Yes, shit. Iron. She did. St. Thomas Carnival can't be she at all. That's what she lift up she head and tell me. She playing in the Aruba Bacchanal and the summer madness in Wadadli. Labor Day is mine, cause I'm feeling fine. I go lay the iron ring on Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn. The iron lady, she playing real sweet. I stand up to listen, I couldn't believe it was true. You should see she motion, and she beat the iron. It's like a gone crazy, I easy no closer to she. The iron lady, shock at the baby. Never before in history, I hear iron so sweet. Then I put me a drum closer to the iron. In the carnival heat, she just wants to be. Second to none when she plays. If you hear she, you must admit she's hard. With the kind of tempo she ringing. Down in SKB, she drives me crazy. In all the party and them set is iron and ever. Yeah. The iron lady, she playing real sweet. I stand up to listen, I wouldn't believe it was true. You should see she motion. She beat the iron. It's like a gone crazy. I easy no closer to she. The iron lady, shot at the baby. Never before in history, I hear iron so sweet. Then I put me a drum closer to the iron. In the carnival heat, she just wants to be. The iron ring, ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling. Yeah, the iron ring, ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling. Can you hear it? Yeah, the iron ring. Can you feel it? Ting-a-ling, 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 ting-a-ling. Yeah, the iron ring, and ring.
Folks, I should see Monarch in here tearing down the place. Oh my goodness, hey man, performance awesome.
Shut my mind. Yes.
Well, let me see this guy performing here, boy. Hey man, folks, get the phone and log on to ZIZ.online.com and you're gonna see how this Iron Man going on.
So I want to say good night to all the folks. I see some familiar folks who is usually with us on Saturdays. Our good friend Mackie Taylor, New Zealand, he's logged on tonight.
Hey, Mackie.
Carmen Williams logged on tonight. So glad to see all your folks logging on to National Showcase, man. I'm telling you, a heat in here,
Yes,
man.
okay, so
And the air condition is blowing.
yeah, man. So don't worry, we're gonna fix it up.
What are we doing now?
They hide in the saltfish tongue. 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 Saltfish tongue, saltfish tongue. Saltfish tongue, saltfish tongue.
Well, I didn't know I saw fish have tongue. When they told me so, I told them they're wrong. 'Cause I see plenty from since I was small, and I never see one with tongue at all. Well, this really cause a bacchanal. They say I'm white playing skeptical, and made me to know in Trinidad and Tobago, it have a lot of selfish people around.
They hide in the saltfish tongue.
No matter how we ugly, scaly and brown,
They hide in the saltfish tongue.
it have a lot of old people playing young. Pocket fat and they belly long, believing it will keep them healthy and strong. So they hide in the selfish town. You does always find a saltfish a bone. How come you don't find a tongue in your own? When everything on earth the master put down from its very birth, bound to have a tongue. The commodity so hard to get. All them saltfish vendors like event, they making a jail with a still piece of saltfish tail, and everywhere you pass them old saltfish hound.
They hide in the saltfish tongue.
They have a kind of weakness for getting down.
They hide in the saltfish tongue.
It have all kind of fanatics to be found. Hide their tongue and don't make a sound. People of fortune, fame and renown.
They hide in the saltfish tongue. Well, some even say it's the sweetest sweet. Saltfish tongue today is the thing to eat. They say it's so sound, it's better than egg. And to get a pound, if you see them beg, they pack up and see once and oyster. They don't wanna go pack with water. They just want to bite up a piece of saltfish tonight. They say it's Mr. Fukwa and Mr. Wong. They hide in the saltfish tongue.
They want to sell and make a pound and a crown.
They hide in the saltfish tongue.
It have a lot of big puppies going wrong. Playing shy but they hide them strong. All over town they singing this song.
They hide in the saltfish tongue.
folks. You should see this
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
You're tired?
Not really. That was good. That was good exercise. All right. I think they're fixing my camera. That was good exercise. See me ain't out of breath, nothing.
Nice.
I could have done another 3 songs if you want me to.
Man, who you mean, man? What do I say?
In the wilderness, under mental stress, that is how I spend the last 2 carnival. Thoughts from deep within were real revealing, thinking about the Calypso bacchanal. After so much frustration, this is time to come on strong. Put back on your armor, declare war. Tysonians on holiday, bring them for the severance pay. Cause this year are coming back to take care of the whole pack. And I'm back like a flash, back like a whiplash, back like a flash, back like a whiplash. Roaming around, with the vengeance of the feeling, coming for ground. Everybody screaming when they hear a coming. Don't time to watch your back, take out Christ's light. Little children singing, tell my dog we love him. Don't time to watch your back, take out Christ's light. Back with a vengeance. 18 years and more, singing calypso, stunning big crowds with dazzling performance. Junior Kaiso crown more than anyone, trying every time to please you, the audience. 86 was disaster because of the screwdriver. Everybody say I throw away me. I am here to make it right. Ring the bell, begin the fight. Cause my horoscope reveal I punch you like polybeam. And I'm back like a flash, back like a whiplash, back like a flash, back like a whiplash. Roaming around, with the vengeance of the feeling, coming for crown. Your fans go they screaming when they hear a coming. No time to watch your back, take out Christ's light. Little children singing, tell one heart we love him. No time to watch your back, take out Christ's light. Anyway, one more shot, throw it. After all that stress and restlessness, it's the case of the note of a new era. My doctor tell me that my voice healthy, and like the wine it can only get better. Lyrics pouring out me brain to educate and entertain, flying like a patriot missile. Knocking down all of them scud, looting like a pig in mud. Daddy and an easy head, hugging things and rust for the dead. And I'm back like a flash, back like a whiplash, back like a flash, back like a whiplash. Roaming around, with the vengeance of the feeling, coming for ground. Your fans go they screaming when they hear a coming. No time to watch your back, take out Christ's light. Little children singing, tell one heart we love him. No time to watch your back, take out Christ's light. I said watch it. Back with a vengeance. Fresh.
You better get one.
Yes. That's music by the late Henry George.
You have to feel him, man. You have to feel the vibes. You can feel the guy who kicking back there, believe it or not. I must say, Monarch, you have made us proud, as I told you before. You know, we as Kittitians are very happy to have you born here.
Born in this country.
Yes, man.
I go die in this country. Man, I born in this country. Born right here.
Well, I must say, it's 20 minutes after.
What time is it?
20 minutes before 12 o'clock. We got 20 minutes to go. What
Time
we gonna
really
do?
flies, man.
What we gonna do, Monarch? What we gonna do? We gonna chat or we gonna play? We gonna
Let me chat a little bit. Then. We give them a finale.
Okay, then. Free.
Well, I'm thinking about the song that we're gonna do.
Okay, no problem.
I'm thinking about it.
Let me know, and we're gonna set it up, and we're gonna, folks. You got to get a phone and watch this man perform here on a national showcase.
Yes,
This
I'm
man
telling
got
you.
good vibes, very, very good vibes. I mean, I'm an old man, and he making me feel young. So believe it.
No. My inspiration comes from seeing you every Tuesday night. I mean, you know, I'm like, did they take down the wall or something? I mean, because Mick is just prancing all over the place every Thursday, every Tuesday night. I'm like, it's got to be a lot of energy in this room.
Yeah, well, you feel it, eh?
There's a lot of energy in this room.
You bring a lot more, believe it or not. Hey, folks. So Monarch, what's next for Monarch?
Hey, that's a good question.
Hold on, we have a call. You taking calls, Monarch?
Well, we can do it.
Okay, all right,
if
then.
the callers want to talk, let them talk.
Good evening, caller. Good evening.
Do you have this song when he sing in the park?
Which song are you referring to?
That the show when he abused the judges.
We don't have that one recorded. I wish. But you know what? I'm gonna go back and find that show. Okay. I'm gonna go back and find that.
Well, you gotta play that again for the people.
All right. Sounds good. We appreciate you. I appreciate you listening.
All right. Good night.
All right. Good night. All right.
Yes. Okay, so you were saying, eh?
So, well, just so for the folks who are listening, of course, last week Tuesday was my birthday.
Oh, it was. Yes, I think I
So,
mentioned you
yeah,
on
yeah.
the radio.
So we're we're just continuing the celebration. So if you have anything to contribute to the celebration, just hit us up. You know what I mean?
Oh boy.
Because we just drink and we just eat too.
Oh boy.
Whoa! But no, you asked what's next for me. Hold on, let me get this. Yeah. Let me get this up. But yeah, what's next basically is I don't know. I'm here for the rest of the year.
Okay.
At least I know Carnival is scaled back. Carnival is going to be limited, and so I've committed to help in whatever areas that I can. I know that scheduled to be a Calypso competition. I'm sure there could be the possibility of changes. All right, I think you're hitting my camera there. Okay, good. So I guess if I want to register, I got to register by the end of next week, right? That's what this is saying. But no, I've worked with Shannon before, of course, when I was chairman of Carnival back in 2010. Shannon was my deputy. We did a lot of good work together, and I'm committed to help her in any way that I can. I know that stuff is going to be scaled back this year, but in whatever capacity I can help, I definitely would.
Okay, Shannon, you hear that, girl?
Yeah.
Reach out to the king, and the king will give a hand or two, maybe 3 hands.
Yeah, we've had conversations before, so yes, that's the next move. As I said, I'm safe here right now. I'm old enough to be in a vulnerable category, and so I'm not putting myself in a place where COVID hasn't been taken care of or dealt with as well as it has been here in St. Kitts. Thank God we haven't had any major issues, no spikes, nothing of that sort. So I feel
You're more safe. You feel more
I
safe.
feel yeah, I feel better here. I don't feel vulnerable.
I feel
Now, when the borders open, a lot of people are nervous and scared, but I think that, we're probably the last to open our borders. So
yeah, and it gotta be done. Yeah.
well, it's got to be no question about that whatsoever. So, but yeah, so that's what it is. I mean, I would love to collab. I would love to collab with
Somebody.
some a couple of people here. My brother Keyboard does a lot of soca
yes,
right now, so
he been hot.
I would love to collab with him. I've actually had a long conversation with Ras Kelly as well. He's in West Farm in my area. I mean in Challengers, my area. So yeah, I would love to collab. I wanna work with some of the artists here. Not only not only just the young ones. You know what I mean? There's people out there who, I mean, I enjoy all your work. I know you're
I'm retired now. I jump off the ship,
Which
so
ship?
The ship.
Yeah, but you're still swimming. You could jump off the ship if you want, but once you're swimming, once you're afloat, you're doing all right.
But I must say, folks, as simple as you see Monarch, he was the manager here on ZIZ Radio for
3 years.
For a few years, and he was also the carnival chairman for a few years. So he just you see him.
The Sugar Mass name is I'm the one who named the
created
carnival
Sugar
Sugar
Mass.
Mass. Correct.
Oh, you see
Yeah,
what I mean?
yes.
So this guy has been a contributor to upliftment here in this country for a very, very long time, and I must say, Monarch, and we, hats off to you. You have achieved a lot of things here in St. Kitts, and you're a wanted man.
By the good people or
By
the
the
bad?
good people, and
Oh,
by
okay.
the good people, man. You're
Just
a wanted
making
man,
sure
yeah.
that I ain't wanted by the bad people.
Well, I believe you
them
could
people,
make the bad
them people in uniform.
No, man. Okay, we have a caller. We have a caller to hear. Good evening, caller.
Good night, Uncle Mick
Night.
and Monarch.
Good evening.
Yes. This Bonnie.
Bonnie, what's going on, brother?
Me cool. And Uncle Mick, if my memory serve me right, up to 1984, before St. Kitts Youth Council break up, Monarch was the second vice president, if my memory serve me right.
Yeah, I actually was. And the second vice president was responsible for public relations.
Turn on your phone a bit, Bunny, or move away from the speaker because I got feedback. You there still?
Hello?
Yeah, what I was saying is that definitely, yes, you are correct. I was the second vice president for the National Youth Council with responsibility for public relations.
Yeah.
So we did a Saturday youth show here on ZIZ back during those days as well, too. We have strong youth council.
Yeah, I was part of it.
Correct. Well, of course, our current prime minister also was a member. Timothy Harris was also a member representing Young Labour at the time.
Right.
You had people like Val Henry, lawyer Johnson, who's president of the Football Association.
Right. You had
Sharon Ward, Shirley Adams,
Theodore Brown,
Francis Gavaya, Theodore Brown, Essington Watts.
Donnelly
Griot, Emil Green. Yes. I mean, all the who is who right now in St. Kitts. And you talk about some regional bigwigs as well. Ernest Hillier, who is a member of parliament for Grosy Lane, St. Lucia. He was yes. He was also a member of the Youth Council as well in St. Lucia, and we did all the collaborations together. So he's a member of parliament right now. He also was the CEO for the West Indies Cricket Board. And Mario Mitchell, who was Deputy Prime Minister of St. Lucia as well. He's a judge now, and I think last time I heard he was based in Antigua. He also served on the National Youth Council in St. Lucia as well, too.
Yes, and you had Sharon Richardson from St. Martin.
Yes.
She's now a minister of the gospel.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I haven't been in touch with them for a while because they brought a group to St. Kitts at one point in time from St. Martin. We had a group here from England as well too. But Bunny, thank you very much for jolting the memory, man. I'm telling you.
I just try to let you know that one shot can miss.
We appreciate you.
Matter of fact, maybe just stick on the I said, it can't move.
Yeah, just break off the knob and try it way.
I just not really want like man.
All
I
right.
just decide when the opportunity for me to call it, I will call it. You know?
All right, Bunny.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Mick, that's yeah, those are memory lots of memories as well too. One of the good memories as well is back in the mid 80s as well. And I don't think a lot of people know this. I did a 50-minute feature film with the BBC. Carol Phillips, who is a Kittitian, he's a writer. And he's based in the US now. At last I heard, I know he was based in somewhere in Boston. And yeah, he was the script writer. We filmed in St. Kitts, we filmed in New York, and we filmed in London called Lost in Music. Basically kind of doing a little chronicle of my career. And it brought back a lot of memories, family memories, because I have two of my sisters who've actually passed away, was part of the film. So yeah, it brings a lot of memories back. But yeah, I love my life. I love St. Kitts Nevis. I'm a patriot true and true, And yeah, I'm working. I know I've been here for a year now. But I've worked in Houston with the St. Kitts Nevis Association of Texas. We actually changed it from Association of Houston to Texas because we wanted to incorporate a bigger area. We got a lot of students in Midwestern College, I think its name, which is north of Dallas. We got a lot of people in Dallas as well too. So we're trying to incorporate everybody. We've done our independent shows the last couple of years. And we've brought over people like I'm sorry, Bagnall, Ruckus. We've brought KO. We had Michael Summer, Choice One, DJ Andre. And we're definitely trying to keep that up because I don't think a lot of people know that, but we got a bunch of people in St. Kitts, a bunch of people in Houston that live that are originally from St. Kitts. A bunch of people from, as a matter of fact, in Texas, not just Houston, the city itself. So, yeah, lots of good, strong people there as well too. We took, actually, when I moved there, we took Grandmasters and the White Calypso King, Matt Stahad. We did a two-city tour, New York and Houston, and Houston blew them away by far.
Ayo.
So, I mean, anybody in Houston listening right now, good night to you guys. I mean, stay safe, please. Stay safe. Follow all the instructions. Don't follow the orange man. Don't follow chimpanzee.
Hey, I'm gonna give some shout out to those the Edward brothers there in Montreal, Canada. That's Don Sill. Don Sill and
Okay.
the other brother there, and they're listening to the show. Also, my sister there in New York City, Dawn Marshall. How are you, my princess? Okay, good to hear that you.
Is that the sister that we visited when I was in
Yes,
in New York
that's
at one
the
time?
that, she logged on to you and she said you got energy.
We actually, we were talking about that today. Me and Mick were
yes.
talking about that today. This was a long time ago.
Yep.
I have no idea how we ended up. I guess we were both performing or something, and we ended up in New Jersey.
Yes,
We went to see your sister one night.
That's right. True. That's so true.
All right, head down. How you doing?
She's there laughing her head off. Love to laugh.
All right, man. Yes.
My brother
But
Sterling Marshall, DJ Marshall in Nevis.
In Nevis, yeah.
Yeah, he says hi.
All right, great.
so-
I haven't seen stuff. I was actually in Nevis last Friday, and either this week or next week, I'm gonna actually go and stay overnight on Friday as well.
I feel you.
To catch some of the entertainment at Lime Bar.
Uh-huh.
I'm wanting to see some live entertainment right now. So I don't know which band it's gonna be, but whichever one, I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy it. Either it's gonna be Garlic or one of those other guys. So Nevis.
Garlic is awesome. Awesome.
Yes,
awesome
yes.
entertainer.
I saw him at Zanzi in January. Pretty awesome.
Yes, He want to say he want to tell people I'm his father, but I'm not. He love me.
He wants to tell people that you.
Yeah, he love me
father.
like. He love me like.
And I know you. Yeah, I know you hail up Miko. You know, I want to send greetings as well to Miko. Hope that everything works out, and people out there listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're doing stuff for other people in other islands. We need to do for our people as well too. I don't think that Miko should be struggling to get this thing done. I think whatever needs to happen should happen. Let's take care of our people. Let's take care of our people. I don't have no problem with you taking care of whoever you want to take care of, but let's take care of our people as well
put our
too.
people first, believe
Yeah.
it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because I know that there was a push to assist blacks in Trinidad, who's a soca artist. And that's fine. I don't have no problem. He's performed here a couple of times. I actually do like blacks. But yeah, Miko needs help, and so we need to make sure that
also
that
King
happens.
Elimat,
Yes.
Those are our people, so we need to help in any way we could.
yes.
Hey, folks, I got 3 more minutes before midnight. Before
How many
we
minutes?
finish. Yes, man.
3 more minutes.
You got 3 more minutes. So we're gonna.
Wow.
You're gonna drop down one more song before we go.
I don't know what you got
I
lined
got
up.
dreadlocks. No, you like dreadlocks? I want.
What else you got?
Okay, we got off of the album, and we got a few songs here from by let's see. Well, I think these songs are more or less long time songs
Live.
live. Wonder here we got
You know what I want to do? I want to do give me number 3 on the on the city. We're gonna do it. This is different vibes.
I feel you, man. You're right in a good way.
Different vibes.
All
We're
right,
gonna
here we
end
go.
on a different note tonight.
Okay. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's Monarch.
Who's that lady there dancing sexy? Mainly striving to drive on my crazy sexy lady. Please keep on shaking your ass around the dance floor, baby. Oh yeah, mira señorita. Let me ask you out and take you on a cita. Mira, who's the fun chica? She broke my heart, please take me to a clinica.
Nancy is a woman who always climbing on the street. She waiting on a bad man to jump she with something hot and sweet. She whine like Katrina when she out there looking for action. She shake the place like earthquake when she rolling that bottom.
Yo, now what is going on? I wanna take her home, make love all night long till the break of dawn. Oh no, this is just a dream. She ain't noticed me, a fantasy, Nancy.
Play me hot or something, make them soft and ball up. I want to go till morning, soca in the bloodline.
Yo, how could it be that I fall in love by a wild dame that can't be owned? La señorita que está muy linda. Come here, mama, oh pequeña. Now let me tell you algo about the sister. Está muy tough, she's always más que lista. And she's attacking like a twister. Escucha bien my words and don't try to resist her.
When it comes to Bacchanal, Nancy has a long history of acting like an animal when she wants someone to party
hand. All them fellas love Nancy. When she whining, she racing the party. They pushing and they pulling and they begging again. Please, Miss Nancy, mash up the system. Play me hot or something. Make them soft and ball up. I want to go till morning. Fire in me blood like
Now look at that dress que está bien big. Oh my God, I can't even blink. No, I can't even think. That's right. But you know I gotta give me a few drinks. Aquí voy en control de cualquier situación. La vida que chico entrando en acción. Nadie me va a derrotar. Aquí estoy yo. Baby chico on the mic. Baby chico on the mic. Let me turn off the light. That's right. So you better watch when you walk by me. Next to me, you see my girl, my lady. She be down. She's like me, OG to the core. What you looking for? A homo right here that could put in work. From LA to New York, I still stick a cork in your mouth. They cook you like a pork. That's
Nancy, 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 Nancy.
Yes. Oh, play with us, him.
Yeah, that's actually done in Argentina as well. And the guy doing the rap is an Argentinian. The female singer doing the background vocal, she could not speak a word in English. Mm-hmm. We had to teach her the whole thing. Yeah, so Argentina, I love you, man. Viva!
So folks, it's 2 minutes after midnight, so you know what that means. You know, we got to pack our
Time to go?
and make some tracks, and it was, I must say, Monarch, let me shake you, and people can say, let me shake you, and thank you, man. Thank you very much for coming, and making National Showcase the bomb it is tonight.
It was a pleasure, man. I didn't mean to take up your whole night. But
man, I don't care, man. I don't care.
I'm being generous. Yes, I meant to take up your whole night.
So, you know, one thing about Family Station, we had double trouble every Tuesday night. You know, we have the Prime Minister coming on with, you know, Leadership Matters. Then after you have National Showcase. So your folks has no problem in listening to something different every time, you know, we are here in the Federation. So, Monarch, once again,
Mick,
thank you.
Yes, I want to thank you as well, too, for inviting me to the show and giving me this opportunity for people to hear music that they probably never heard before or haven't heard for a long time.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't heard some of this music for a long time, you know, but it's good. Thank you very much. Peace, brothers. If you have to move, you know, just move safely.
All right, then.
And it's time to jam and take away shake and make you play bring young Indian, bring young Yankee.